Shalom. First and foremost, want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS that rule well. Peace, love is Salakia. Peace, love, and salutations to all the brothers out there pushing this word of sincerity and the truth. Shalom to the brothers, sisters, and children out there keeping this word of sincerity and the truth. Okay, I just wanted to go into a quick lesson going into this article. It was published 2 days ago. It says HIV rates highest in the American South despite effective treatments, a clash between culture and public. And I'm gonna read a little bit more. It says the American South has the highest HIV rates in the country, accounting for more than half of new HIV diagnoses nationwide in 2023. This is despite the growing availability of a highly effective HIV preventive medication that has made it possible to live a long, healthy life with this once fatal disease. This medication called pre-exposure prophylaxis or PrEP reduces the risk of HIV transmission by over 99% when taken as prescribed. Yet in southern cities such as Jackson, Mississippi, and Memphis, Tennessee, one of the most vulnerable populations, black men who have sex with men, are rarely using it, with fewer than 1 in 5 who are eligible are taking the drug. So it's telling you down here in the South, HIV is the highest in the nation, and it named 2 cities that's primarily where Jake dominates. You know, I think it's 80 something, it's over 80% Jake in the city, and the rest of it is diverse. You know, it's primarily Edomites, and then you got the sprinkles of the other nations. But like I think it's like 85-86% of Jackson, Mississippi is us, you know, Israelites. And it's telling you that in these cities, you have a lot of men who have sex with men, you know, and they're spread, and this disease is spreading like wildfire. And these men, they're also having sex with women too, because it's spreading amongst men and women. You know, it's dangerous down here, you know. And Jackson, Mississippi is where I'm from, you know. So a lot of Israelites are finna be judged, for one, because of this behavior, because this is an abomination to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. But two, you got a lot of women that get with these men. You know, they just get with random men around in the area, and then they all just spreading it around with each other. I'm going to jump down because it give another city. It says Southern culture and sexual health. In my recent study, I interviewed 12 people in Jackson, Memphis, New Orleans, and Atlanta. 8 black men who have sex with men, along with 4 healthcare providers. 3 of these providers also identify as men who have sex with men. So everybody is doing it with each other, you know, in all these cities. Jackson, Mississippi, Memphis, Tennessee, New Orleans, Louisiana, Atlanta, Georgia. You know, all these states right beside it. So you know what's going on in Texas too. You know, it's in the South. It's the highest in the South. So you got literally, and this is between both men who are openly a part of the alphabet community, and you got men that's on the down low doing this too. You know, a lot of these people be exposing each other. A lot of these men be exposing each other. But again, you got a lot of men that's open with it. You got a lot of men that's on the down low with it. But it's spreading, and you'll probably be surprised how many people you around, you know, on a daily basis, may work around or whatever, do this, you know, or a part of this. But I want to read. I didn't even read this. I wanted to see what this say. Nearly all participants. I'm gonna read both of these. It says, in church, you're taught to love your neighbor, but there's always an asterisk when it comes to who you love. One participant from Jackson, Jackson told me, it says, if you're gay, you're either ignored or silently judged. Nearly all participants describe the South as a place deeply shaped by conservative values, especially those rooted in religion and traditional family structures. The black church emerged as both a protective factor and a challenge. While offering vital community support, it is also often reinforced stigma around Mo and discouraged open conversations about sexual health. So, yeah, they're telling you. I was trying to see if there's anything else I needed to get out of here. Yeah. So, anyways, let's get into a couple scriptures. My app froze. Ooh. This is Leviticus 20 and 13 in an AMP. If a man lies intimately with a male as if he were a woman, both men have committed a detestable, perverse, unnatural act. They shall most certainly be put to death. Their blood is on them. Right. So the Lord made it plainly clear. Any other translation makes it even more clear. NLT, if a man practices Mo, having sex with another man as a woman, both men have committed a detestable act. They must both be put to death, but they are guilty of a capital offense. You know, plain as day, simple. But Babylon the Great America promotes it, and they try to make medicine, or they try to make quote unquote medicine to counteract it. The punishments that come with doing that. And then on top of that, you have women. You got man with man, women with women, and they all spreading it. Everybody got it. You know, like I said in that article, the South is the highest in the country for HIV cases, and everybody is having sex with everybody. Like I said, you got the alphabet community, and then you got men that's just on the DL, you know, which they still a part of the alphabet community, whether they claim it or not. But it's, you still gotta say it like that, because they'll be with women or be married or whatever, trying to mask it, trying to hide it, you know. And the fact that you gotta hide it, knowing it's something wrong with it. But everybody is spreading. It's spreading everywhere, and these are not and these women who are carriers of that, you know. And before I say that, I'm gonna say this. This is not to say for any brothers or sisters that has any issues, won't be delivered because of that. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm trying to imply. So I'm not that, don't take this the wrong. Don't take that and apply it to yourself. But you have women who don't, they've been sleeping around. They still sleep around with various men, and these men be sleeping with other men, just passing on all that wickedness, because it's more than just diseases. Just like a man, a woman, she gets the spirit, she gets that spirit of that man that she sleep with and she deal with. Now you got all them demons that the men on men that they dealing with, passing it on to them women. Them women not gonna be paired up with men in time of Jacob's trouble. We know Isaiah 4:1 is literally around the corner, and all these women are gonna be desperate and be put in desperate situations, desiring a man of the Lord to take them in. And a lot of women who delve into all this wickedness being they sleeping around, on top of everything else that they do in their life, but just sleeping around with various men and they done slept around with all these men. They got all these demons and all these wicked spirits on top of having these diseases and everything. The Lord not gonna give them over to men of the Lord. Lord not gonna give them over to his men, because look at all this wickedness. And then you have women indulged into all different, man, it's horrible. I can't even put it all into words. How wicked people really are, how wicked a lot of people really are, especially our people. The things that they do, and then some of the stories that you hear, and these women, and then not only do they sleep around with men, they let multiple men deal with them at one time. They let multiple men have sex with them at one time. And again, it tells you that the South, and I'm just strictly speaking on, what goes on around the country, of course, but it happens down here in the South. These women literally be having multiple men having sex with them at one time, or they'll take turns. And these men be having all these diseases, and then it just spreads, The Lord is not going to allow his men to be paired up with any women that's indulged in stuff like that, And because we know that we just read what the scriptures say is going to happen to these men. It's going to be a great shortage of men. Isaiah 4:1. It's going to be a great shortage of men. And these women are going to be desperate for the men of the Lord. But women that dealt with these men and dealt with their lifestyle, they're not going to be paired up with the men of the Lord, Especially when they've been carriers of these different diseases that they've been getting from these men that deal with men. But again, brothers and sisters that may have any issues, or any of these ailments, any of these diseases, the Lord is going to take care of you. The Lord will heal you. He'll take it away from you. Especially if you keep on this righteous path. He'll take that away from you. So you have nothing to worry about. You don't have anything to worry about. But the rest of these people, and I'm speaking primarily about the women, the rest of these women that may have that, it's gonna be horrible for them. Because as you can see, they try to make a drug just to counteract the effects that come with having that disease or infection, whatever you want to call it. So imagine when the society shuts down, and now they ain't getting those prescriptions no more. Imagine then how bad it's gonna be. But this is another reason why we say this place gotta go. And the people of this place got to go. Babylon, the Great America, everything about it got to go. Only the elect needs to be delivered, But I'm going to end it right there. I don't want to make it too long. And Lord will is edifying. So on that note, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS that rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to all the brothers out there pushing this word of sincerity and the truth. Shalom to the brothers, sisters, and children out there keeping this word of sincerity and the truth. And until next time, shalom.